We are here at Dr. Nick's house. What is 400,000 views?
Isn't that crazy? Never in my life did I think we'd be doing something like this.
This video is going to be amazing. Check it out.
So we hit 400,000 subs today, and I thought, well, let's do a reviewing of comments. We're going to review some comments today, and I have one of the most famous TikTokers, YouTubers, actually magicians on the planet.
I don't know what he's talking about, but
I don't either. Aren't you a Guinness Book of World Records holder?
Yeah, I have 7 Guinness Book World Records for throwing cards, and I'm a magician. So, I mean, we've been friends now for how long has it been?
Oh man, like 2008.
Do you want to tell people how we met? Do you want to tell people?
Am I allowed to?
Do you want to tell people that I got you into this YouTube thing?
You did.
Or TikTok thing.
You got me into all of this.
Yeah, I can't believe you guys are watching this.
All my subscribers out there that don't know, I love magic. And when I moved to Ohio, my wife took our kids to the library to see a magician. And I came home from work and she told me this. And I'm like, you did what? You took the kids to see a magician? And then she showed me a video of this guy on her phone. And I'm like, I need to go see this guy.
Yeah, but not just once. I had 20 libraries, and Dr. Nick showed up to about 17 of them.
I thought we weren't supposed to talk about that.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, first there was just the kid. You brought the kids, and then all of a sudden the kids stopped showing up, and you were just watching the magic shows all day.
I was just starting practice. I wasn't busy. I love the magic.
I'm just joking. No, Dr. Nick is awesome. He did come to some of my shows, and I think you may have showed up to one without your kids, but...
All right, so let's get into this. We're going to review some comments. I get a lot of questions from you guys, and it's nuts. The comments are just flowing in all day long, minute after minute, and it's kind of fun to go through them and read them. Some of the more popular videos that I've been doing lately are kind of like science videos, just showing you what we have in the operating room or actually how we put gloves on. This video is doing really well. Everyone's watching it on how I put gloves on. And so now I'm getting questions, how do my assistants put their gloves on? Because I'm putting my gloves on and everyone's saying, who puts the assistant gloves on? So I put a video out, but I guess some of you haven't watched it because you're still asking this question. But the assistant has a special way of gowning and gloving by themselves, and they can put their gloves on sterilely. So those of you who haven't seen it, go and check out that video that shows how my assistant puts their own gloves on. All right, here's one by Snoop Dogg. No, not Snoop Dogg. Snoopy Hugs. Nile Foot Doc. So everybody thinks I sound like, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. Neil Red.
Neil Red?
Do you know who he is?
Yeah. Don't you?
Well, then what does he do? Who is he?
He's a foot doctor.
No, he's not. So Nile Red he's a chemist, and he does these videos on chemistry. And he has like 5 million followers on or subs on one channel. He has another one, Nile Red Shorts, on another channel, and everybody thinks I sound like him. I keep getting comments every day.
I mean, you may. We're gonna have to watch him.
Look, here's another one. This is Red Nile. I don't understand what that means, but that's the same guy.
The Nile Foot Doc? Question mark. Wow. Some forbidden cheese in there too. I don't know what's going on.
The forbidden cheese. We did a video on a skin graft that I used, and it's a bioengineered skin graft with dermal cells and just basically special cells that have been harvested from a donor, and it's made into a tissue, and this tissue looks like a slice of cheese. So I didn't think of this, but when we were filming it, we were showing how we take it out of the package, and I thought it's interesting to show people how we actually prepare it and cut it for implanting it into a foot, and everyone thinks it's a piece of cheese. People are asking me to eat it.
Oh, gosh, don't do that.
Then I'd have the cheese touch.
I don't know if we can talk about this now, but is everything sterile in the room?
Yes. So the camera doesn't have to be sterile, and everything outside of the operating room field does not have to be sterile. But everything that you're looking at, like on the table, that is sterile.
Anything that you're touching.
Anything that I'm touching, correct. It looks like cat's mail. It looks like a cat's mail.
I don't know.
That was what's in someone's foot. Yeah, if you didn't want, it says what's inside this foot. And it was a splinter, and it looks like a cat's nail. That's what they're saying.
Ouch.
Oh, here we go. This is another popular video. Unbelievable patient's appointment took an expected turn. We're basically removing pins or K-wires from toes, and everyone asks, does it hurt? It actually doesn't hurt because even though the wires are in the toes, they're in the medullary canal of the bone, and it pulls out really easily because there's no nerve endings, and the body kind of builds up a mucous membrane around it. No jewelry, for God's sake. that was on one of our assistants prepping a foot, and they are allowed to have jewelry on. So you asked me before, is everything in the room sterile? So when patients are getting prepped, so if they're prepping a foot, scrubbing it with betadine solution, that person is allowed to have jewelry on.
Really? I'm learning so much about the scrubbing in here. And this is all about putting gloves on for surgery. So many questions. So how much is a pair of the scissors? Because someone here thinks they're like $54,000.
So the scissors are sterile, meaning they're, well, I guess obviously they're sterile, but they're not disposable. We keep re-sterilizing them. So when you see those scissors that we're using, they get processed in sterilization and come back and we reuse them. So they're actually, by this point, they're free. Do you watch the Toe Bro, Dr. Nick? I know who the Toe Bro is. Sometimes I watch him, but by the time I come home from looking at feet all day, I don't want to watch other people look at feet. Do you know who the Toe Bro is?
I don't know who the Toe Bro is.
Why do I leave the water running? And I was getting blasted for leaving the water run. People said I'm wasting water. Well, that water is cold when you first start at 7 o'clock in the morning and you're scrubbing your hands. So I wanted to warm up. So I was letting the water warm up. And just like when you get in the shower in the morning, you have to let the water heat up. Yeah. So I'm not really wasting the water.
More Nile Red.
See? Yeah, I see that one too.
You should do a collaboration with him.
I'm trying. Nile, if you're out there listening or watching this, we could do a video on phenol. I know you like your chemical videos. We use phenol in the office to chemically burn or denature nail cells so that toenails don't grow back. So, Nile, I think that'd be a good video for you to do, man.
There's a cool question here. Why not use 2 different colors to see if you accidentally nick a glove?
That is true. They actually make green undergloves. So your white gloves go on the top and your green ones go under that. And if you tear your outer glove, you'll see the green come through.
That is so cool. Someone wants to know why you have such hairy arms.
Really? My surgical assistant asks me that all the time.
For real?
I can't help it. She wanted me to shave them so that I don't have to use as much scrub when I get prepped for surgery.
Be like me.
Well, I don't shave.
I don't shave my arms.
Oh, here I like the lack of surgical precision. So I want to address this because other people are saying this too. When we're handling that bioengineered tissue, people are saying we're not handling it delicately or precisely. It's very difficult, one, to handle that. You have multiple instrumentations holding it, and it doesn't have to be precise. That is really strong tissue. We use it to repair tendons, and it doesn't have to be a precision-handled material. And the piece that we're cutting, although it looks like it's not being cut precisely, we had a measurement that we took to put into this joint space, and it doesn't have to be that precise, give or take a few millimeters. So we're just trying to get a spacer with this tissue to go in between a joint.
I hope you guys are all subscribed to Dr. Nick. If you're not, you need to go subscribe right now to Dr. Nick's channel. He just reached 400,000 subscribers, and you know, he may hit 1 million by the end of this year if you guys keep sharing his videos.
Look, good old Nile Surgeon.
There
Maybe I should change my channel name to Nile Surgeon.
I don't think so. Dr. Nick Campitelli is pretty good. The foot doctor.
I took out my stitches myself because I only had 2. The worst part was feeling the string pulling under the skin. Yeah, that's true. You can feel that. But you know, removing stitches doesn't really hurt that bad. There's a lot of videos I've put up out there. People like watching that. I think it makes them feel comfortable before they go to have their stitches taken out. They can see it doesn't hurt that bad. Is this the same doctors, quote unquote, that said Prime is healthy? Do you drink Prime?
I've drank it before. I don't want to say anything about it.
You know, I looked this up. Prime actually has some better ratings than Gatorade in terms of what's in it. I can't speak scientifically on it. But
I know this is not not sponsored, but if you want to try Liquid IV, you can use Rick Smith Jr. as the promo code, and that stuff is really good. Have you tried that?
I have. I like the. I think it's the cotton candy version.
Cotton candy is amazing. Oh, one of the people asked if it was stressful for the other person to put your gloves on. Is it stressful?
I think I annoy my scrub techs, so I don't know if I would say it's stressful for them. They're so used to it; they do it so many times a day. You know, people ask me if I get stressed, if I get nervous to operate. I get more nervous when I'm on the tee hitting a golf ball because it's quiet and everyone's watching me. I guess I've operated so much now that it's second nature, and we have music playing. It's very relaxing, and I like my operating room to be very stress-free and relaxing. So
Well, that's good. If I ever need surgery, I will be looking up Dr. Nick Campitelli.
hello, doctor. I have 2 questions, please. Is it true that you can get toenail fungus while walking barefoot at a public pool? Technically, yes, but doubtfully, because fungus grows in a warm, dark, moist environment. And even though pool is moist, there's a lot of sunlight and there's chlorine, which would kill the fungus.
But I think you may be asking, because when I was a lifeguard, we wouldn't let anybody walk in the locker room barefoot because of the water. Just everybody that came in from the pool would change in the locker room, and the water would sit on the floor. And
Well, that's
potentially
potentially true.
where
Yeah.
people would get like warts.
Yes.
Or
Well, now warts is different because
athlete's foot.
warts are viral. Those can definitely come from a locker room or the pool because the viral particles can be lying on the concrete, and then you can have a small break in your skin and you can get the virus.
Yeah, always wear sandals when you're in a pool locker room.
Well, I think we've reached the end of our respond to comments.
This is fun. Can
This
we do
is
this
really
more
fun.
often?
If you guys like this, comment below. Tell us you want to see some more of our responses to comments, and we'll do it. Niall, if you're watching, let's do something fun together.
We could do a magic trick to end this. Hold this. Do you know what those are?
A deck of cards.
It is actually a deck of cards. They're invisible. Shuffle them up. Dr. Nick, you have to take them out of the box. Otherwise, it's never going to work. All right, mix them up good. Mix. He's a pretty good shuffler. Oh my gosh, you can do that stuff too. All right, take one card out, show the camera. Wow, he's actually doing it. This is interesting. Flip your card upside down, put it back into the deck. All right, the count of 3, I'm going to have you throw the cards right here at the table. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Throw them right at the table. Boom. See, now I have your cards. It's like real magic. So here, for the first time ever, tell everybody.
There's no trick cameras. I don't know what he's doing. We didn't plan
Tell
this.
everybody. I know you didn't plan this, but tell everybody, what was the card you thought of?
A 3 of hearts.
Look at this. You could have picked any card. He said 3 of hearts. And if you look through all the cards, you'll notice that one card and one card only is upside down. The funny thing is, it looks a lot like the 3 of hearts.
Come on.
So if you want to learn how to do
How
this,
did you do that?
you guys are going to have to come to my channel and subscribe, which is Rick Smith Jr.
That was crazy.
Well, hey, we can do another one next time, and I'll teach you how to do some tricks.
Niall, can you figure that one out? Do a video about that, Niall.